Yo, it's been a long time. This is part 2 of the Comanche rebuild, and we got a lot to show you. Decided to use my front camera. I don't know, my other camera started myself. Anyways, let's start with the rear end. Boy, the bed was hard to take off. There wasn't really too many videos on YouTube how to take it off, but my uncle and I figured it out. So there was like 2 bolts here, or nuts, 1 or 2 bolts. 2 bolts here, bolts here, and I think nuts on there. And then you had to take the fuel tank off, obviously, fuel straps for what I remember, and then I had 3 people to take it off, and it's over there somewhere. Frame, there was a bunch of odor coating on here. Excuse the mess, I haven't cleaned up yet. So we scraped it off, all off, whatever, cleaned it up. We removed, so a couple of days ago, removed the old shocks, dropped the leaf springs, held the jack on the axle, pulled the leaf springs out, and then pulled the axle out, cleaned it up, spray painted the cover, spray painted the axle, took out the drive shaft, and let me just show you on stuff. Show you what we did on the truck. I'm taking the bed off. I know there was either bolts here, or nuts, that side too and that side. There's 2 bolts here, another 2 bolts here, 1, 2, and I think there were nuts here or bolts here. You know what? I think there were bolts here or nuts. I don't know, 1 of the 2, nuts or bolts. Lifted the bed off, took it off, and placed it. Let's go check it out. Here's the bed. Obviously, I had to take the fuel tank off, fuel hoses, fuel line. This was already after I put a new fuel tank on there. So yeah, after we took off the bed, took out the fuel tank, left the line there. There was a wire harness there as well. So remove the shocks. There's 2 bolts, 1 here, 1 down there, right there. Took it off fairly easy. Held the axle up on the jack. Removed the leaf springs. So it was obviously these 2 bolts, that bolt right there. This thing goes here, this side, other side. Took out the leaf springs. Obviously, you gotta take off the U-bolts. Then I pulled off the axle, took off the U-joint out the drive shaft, and pulled this out. Emptied out the fluid, which was disgusting. I don't know how long that fluid's been in there. Emptied it out, found out that it has a 411 gears. Cleaned it, spray painted it, painted the cover red, awesome color. Put it back on. I don't know how I did it. Oh yes, put the axle on, then I put the leaf springs under, replaced the bushings to polyethylene, if I said it right. Polyethylene. Put it back on, connected the brake lines. Oh, almost forgot. I did get new wheel cylinders inside and new jump shoes, new drum brakes, stuff like that. New parking cable brakes for that too. Brake lines are very fragile, but I was able to get that one off of this end. Got a new brake hose as well. Made this new line. Made also this new line, which leads to the front. And I noticed these had proportioning valves. I've been like going on a rabbit hole on the forums, YouTube videos, stuff like that. But when we got this, it didn't even have it at that point. So I think they already rigged it to bypass it already, which is cool. Everything's brand new here up in the back. New shocks. Yeah, here rough countries people say they're not good. I'm just wanting to get some just to get by. Painted new dry shaft. New U-joint in the back. New U-joint in the front. Cleaned it up. Now we're gonna get ready to hopefully the spray paint this weekend. Obviously, it just painted black. Took the bumper off fairly easy. I think there was 2 bolts here, 1, 2, and on this side, same thing, 1, 2. Figuring it out as I go. Now to the cab. So, remove the seat because I wanted to see how bad that was. Remove all the panels or whatever. Inspecting all like whatever's rust stuff because we do need to address this and that. Anyways, took out the seat. I was like, oh, I wonder like what the build sheet was or like what was built. I looked at the forums, they got back to me on that. I was like, cool. Then I was like looking on the forums and I see that they usually put the build sheets underneath the seat. And lo and behold, I found it underneath here. And look at this. Well, what's left of it. Build sheet, Chrysler Motors. Interesting, pretty cool. Put all that stuff in the frame. Here's the bumper. Didn't even get to that. Beep. So I could remove this floor pan, or if I can even now. So we got, oh gosh. Oh man, this stuff just keeps breaking apart. So we gotta address that. That's a big hole. Look at that. Horrible. Horrible. Other than that, it's fine. So let's go over the front. So we got new rotors. Use the same bearings because they're actually still pretty good. I mean, I only had 96,000 miles. I don't know if they were replaced. They actually had Timken bearings in there, which is, I heard it's a very good brand. New grease, replaced the caliper, painted it, obviously. New brake pad, a new hose, brake hose, a new brake line. That was a pain to do too. All this stuff mostly from Knock Auto and O'Reilly's. Thank you all to them. New upper ball joints and new, see if you can see it down there, new lower ball joint. Greased them up too, added some more added grease in there, and it's all solid. Everything's functional. We just bleeded the brake maybe about 2 days ago. Pretty good. There was a leak in the back, but it was dripping. Fixed it. Everything's good. We tested it out. Everything works. It brakes. It stops. So we got that checked. So last time I had a leak on here, so I had to order a new valve cover. It was cracked in the back. So this is the old one. See, it has a big crack in the corner. I was like wondering why, because when I took it off, it was fairly okay. Yeah, no big deal. Scraped out the gasket. But I was trying to put this one on. I was having trouble with it. I was like, why is it not bolting on? Turns out I forgot a bolt in the back. I didn't come off with that, or I was thinking that it just didn't have it. I don't know, it disappeared or whatever into oblivion. Figure that out. Put it on this one. New gasket and everything, and no leaks as of right now. But obviously, I only ran it for a few seconds because I need a new radiator too. New lines, new ignition cable lines. Put new spark plugs in there. Master cylinder, new brake booster, new clutch master cylinder, which we'll get to next. We bleeded that out. Actually, the clutch is still good. It went into gear, and when I pushed the clutch down, it rolled, so it disengaged. So that's a plus. I ordered a new radiator. I think it'll be ready today. New thermostat, new thermostat housing, water pump down there, new belt. I had to figure out what sizes was because I didn't know there was, I guess, dealer option. They moved this alternator up on top. Now that I know, it would be on the bottom, down underneath the compressor. And I was trying to figure out why the belt size, why the belt, like, well, from the book that I would read, the Cherokee and Comanche book, it showed the belt like different in length, and I'll look it up and it was like too big. Thanks to the Facebook group that I'm in, the Renix group, that someone else has that too, and they told me the belt size, and here we are. Finally got the correct size. It tightened it up. Had to get a new tensioner because the other one was so seized, like it snapped on me and almost took out my eye, and I wasn't wearing safety glasses. Whoopsie. Anyways, still here, still have my eye. Well, not new. Grabbed it from Jeep Comanche off of eBay. Shout out to them, thank you. I'm glad they had it. I was thinking about putting power steering, like, you know what? I'd rather be, this is a budget build, like trying to spend as less as possible just to get it going and then take things as we go. What else is brand new up here? Oh, I put a new coolant hose down there. I didn't get the right size for this one. I grabbed the one that kind of goes around and then down. I don't know, I forgot which one it's for. I guess I grabbed the one for the inline 6. Whoopsie. Changed out the battery cables because I was reading on the forums these were prone to going bad. So I changed that out. I think there's another one right here. I got a new oil pressure sender, a new, see it right there, new temperature sensor, another ground for that. These were from Jeep cables. I know that. I got these from Jeep cables. Very good. I just got the thick wires. I mean, we had to run the brake line. Speaking on that, brake line all the way up there. Oops, all the way up there and to here. So we had to change. I had to make new spool lines for this one and this one because they just snapped off the old cylinder. I was like, well, there goes that. So I had to make new lines. So far, no leaks. And that's pretty much it for the front. Obviously a new battery, but it's not here. So now we got to the charcoal canister. So I ordered this from Jeep Comanche as well because it didn't have this bottom part used but good, but it has this cap here. So that goes here. Figure that out. And I need to get new hoses, vacuum hoses, because this one gets just real nasty. See how it's already black? Like it just gets real nasty. So get new hoses and change out the filter underneath here and then put it back on there. Go clutch master cylinder, took off the old one. Let me go show you the old ones. Look at this brake booster. Horrible. This is a clutch master cylinder and the master cylinder, brake master cylinder. Everything was just bad. That's pretty much it. That's all we've done so far. Went straight to the point, got things taken care of. We also need to change these hoses back here. Those that lead to, the vacuum hoses that connect to those lines. Other than that, everything's good. So that's pretty much it for this build so far. All the stuff that I figured out how to remove, take off, except for the bed. There wasn't really too much info on that, but we figured it out. Everything's on YouTube. That's how I figured everything out, and on the forums, because I know it's similar. I know from the doors forward is all Cherokee, like similar parts, like they carry over. Cool. So I'm glad they still actually make parts for them. So obviously there's parts for these too, except I don't know how about the rear. They said the door back, it's obviously different. I think we're gonna take off this window next, or actually not the window gasket, and I need to order the floor pans, like pre-cut for the Comanche and Cherokee, but obviously I would need to do some more work on it because it doesn't even reach to close to the center console. I think it rusted up more towards the center console as well, but we'll get there because as of right now, if we drive it, I'm probably gonna fall through that hole, maybe. I don't know. It's okay. I don't know if we need to mess with it right now just to see if it drives. That's pretty much it. It was like a span of 4 months. We actually did quite a bit, spending as less as possible. Felt like we did a lot more than what I explained. But I think it's just because we did little by little by little. The ball joints are very hard. I mean, this side, I had the ball joints tools. I don't know why it was hard to take off. I think they were just so stuck on there. It'll make every time I'll take it, it'll be like kink, and then it'll make a kink, like it was just coming out. But obviously I thought I was just snapping something. Put in the new one, but the other side was a lot easier. What took me a day to do this side took me an hour on the other side. Part of the game, because I guess I just knew and I already know what to do. Hopefully we get to see a run this weekend. If we do, I'll post a short or Instagram post on it. I don't know if the wheels are still good. I need to check those out. I want to clean them. I grabbed these wheels off of Facebook Marketplace for like $100 just to get it rolling. I had air in the tire, so I'm good. The other one's tire ceased to exist. This was a big update. This was part 2, technically, I guess. I know I haven't posted like stuff. I was just trying to figure out things on this thing to see if it's even doable still, but I think we're making very good progress. It moves, it brakes, the clutch is good, brakes are good, shocks are good. So yeah, we'll take it from there. So thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. You know what? I'm not gonna say please. If you want to do it, do it. If not, it's okay. Just posting this just to see. There's not too many Comanches out there. I'm happy to be posting this, and thank you all for coming along this journey. You can see the Bronco right there. That Bronco needs a new fuel pump, by the way. We'll get to that later. Thank you all. Laters.